I've cleaned up the pieces for the Lord Arcanum on Gryph Charger. I don't have a scenic base for him, so I've got some pieces from the 60mm base sprue to put on this to add some detail to the base. So looking at it now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start assembling the rider. So that's that guy in his helmet. Push that close. So this then plugs into here. So I'm going to use the craft knife to make this hole a little larger. So that when I plug it in, it goes in with no issues. And then a bit of glue on here to soften the peg. Then that's that in. This is then going to attach to here, like so. So it attaches with a peg at the wrist and a peg here. So once more, expand this hole here, then some glue here, some glue here, and some glue where it attaches to the wrist. Soften this peg here, soften this peg here, and a bit of glue on this bit. And then push it in. So we now have the rider attached to the back of it. Next thing to do is add this armour plate here. So what I want to do is pop a bit of glue here and a bit of glue here. And that's there. And then claw here. Get rid of most of the glue on the brush. A bit there. And a bit to soften the peg. And there. Leave that to dry for a few seconds while I take this and pop that on there. So a quick dry fit. Get rid of most of the glue. There, we've got that claw on there now as well. We want to work out this side of the hippogriff. Sorry, Gryph Charger. So this headpiece goes here. Like so. So both sides are now complete. And now we have the major task of getting them to all marry up. Let's soften all these pegs. Try and work out where these pieces are going to join. Because then we take these two finished pieces and we start to line them up . Like so. And then we look for anywhere that looks like it's got a join that is obvious and needs pressing together a little bit harder. So a bit of liquid green stuff to get rid of that join on the head. But the character seems fine. So now we size them up on the base. Glue all round the big pegs to soften them up. Then I take the base, line it up and get that in there like that. And then I get some more glue. And I take all of these scenic pieces . Probably better off applying the glue to the scenic piece with these bigger pieces. And like so. So if you look at it now, you've got all these pieces on the base. I'm going to add some sand to it as well, but that's the Lord Arcanum completed. So not a lot of steps. Things to remember: absolutely clean all the bits before you start. Widen the peg holes before you start. You're going to assemble it in two halves. Make sure you complete assembling both halves before you put it together. I'm looking at this thinking if it's even possible to do sub-assemblies. I don't think it is, unless you leave both halves separate and then paint it. There are some bits you'll need to put some liquid green stuff on. Wrist here, head ridge here. You can do the butt if you like, depending on how much time people are going to spend looking at the butt of the model. You might need to put some in to neaten up these feathers on the front as well. So all in all, it's a fairly easy to build kit that doesn't take too long to put together. but it does need you to be careful doing it. Yeah, it's a really, really nice model that I'm looking forward to painting. But I can tell it's going to take a while because of the level of detail on it. So, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, hit like or subscribe. If you feel strongly, leave a comment below. But otherwise, good gaming.